Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today we have an interesting little video for you. A little bit different than normal, but we're back in Alaska, one of my absolute favorite ships. Now, I say I like a lot of ships, a lot, okay? But Alaska's got a special place in my heart. Why is that? Well, this, along with Yamato, were my two first legendary tiers. And I don't play them, either one of them, much anymore. Also, you can see that's why my stats aren't super amazing in it, although they've gotten better now that I've played a few matches in it. This is a very good ship, in my opinion, and now that I'm better at the game than I was when I first got this ship, it definitely is going to showcase that. But one of the things I do like about Alaska is how freaking tough it is. And it's hard pressed to find a tougher ship, in my opinion, in this game. There's probably a couple battleships, maybe, that are tougher than this. I definitely don't think there's any cruisers tougher than this. Although you could make an argument for Colbert, because Colbert is actually, I mean, as long as it's not broadside, it can take some heat. But I still think I would say Alaska's a little bit tougher. Is we have the Soyuz pushing in, and we're going to try to help focus him down. Honestly, I use AP most of the time in Alaska, but sometimes like this, where I'm up against a Russian battleship where there isn't the world's most amount of superstructure, I'm going to work on trying to help get fires on them. So one of the reasons I'm out here taking a bunch of shells or being completely annoying to this team is most of their teams over there. We also have a St. Louis to my right, who honestly I'm trying to do my best to spot for. I know we have a destroyer here, but he isn't able to spot everybody that's on that behind that island, and the battleship that's right next to me isn't going to be here super long. And honestly, in Alaska, you can kind of take an entire team, and you're going to kind of see that happen in this match. And I figured Alaska, this would be a good match to showcase, because we are going to have some upcoming cruiser matches coming on. I've been playing cruisers a fair amount recently, or to earn money. And, well, I kind of play everything, but a little bit lately I've been a little bit cruiser heavy, because I've been having some fun with cruisers I did not try, or I hadn't really tried a whole lot. Like, for example, the Tier 5 French cruiser de Grasse, I believe that's how you pronounce it. That thing is fun, too. You're going to see a couple of videos on that. Even Rochester, that's Rochester. Rochester might be one of my biggest surprise ships that I didn't know that I was going to love as much as I do. And I absolutely love that thing. But you can see we have absolutely been tanking this entire team, especially Venuzia. He's been basically shooting me the whole time. And I haven't had super luck killing him either, to be honest. He's done a pretty good job dodging. And not every time he does the same thing. As you can see, there are torps coming. So I assume the destroyer's in front of us here somewhere, probably heading towards the sea cap, and you can see the sea cap is being taken. Once I realize that, we are 100% going to push in, because I figure he's right in front of me, obviously. As we do go dark for a second, I assume that that's him behind the little island, right to my left. Now, I'm going to kind of, that's him behind that little pillar there. Sorry, guys. And you're going to see here, we're going to take a few shots here at the Pommard. Now, I totally misread this, all right? I thought this was him coming out from behind the island when I got spotted. It was clearly just the battleship, and I radar because my cruiser was in a good spot a second ago when I had checked to help take out this destroyer. he was kind of sitting at the edge of the mountain, but you can see he's driving away at full speed. So this gearing is going to live through this radar. There's not a whole lot I'm going to be able to do about it. We are just more focused on taking the whole team. As you can see, there is 5 guys at the sea cap right now. Plus, I think there was, there was the 6 when we killed Suzuya, or helped get rid of Suzuya. So, we're definitely taking heat. And actually, this is going to be my best potential damage ever put against me in this ship. And to be honest, I could have been even smarter and taken more, but we're going to take on, I believe, 2.3 million potential damage in this match. And we are being a complete thorn in the side here. Now, we are not done trying to get rid of this cruiser. You see everybody's backing up. And I decide I want to go in. And our destroyer, to his credit, is going to go ahead and absolutely try to spot this gearing for us. I believe it's a gearing in front of us. Yeah, it's a gearing, yep. And he comes out, and I know I have a problem, guys. Okay? But when I get a chance at getting rid of a destroyer, that is my main focus of a match. Unless there's something that, in a very weird match where something else matters a little bit more, that is my main priority, is taking out destroyers. And it doesn't matter what I'm in. I could be in an aircraft carrier, which I don't play a whole lot, but one of my biggest things is always hunting destroyers. I don't know why it gives me such a thrill to kill a destroyer. I could go into a match and kill a destroyer and then die, and I'm actually okay with that normally. So we're going to switch back over to AP now, as there is a DM Donskoy. So also, one other thing here is, it's just me and this St. Louis now. And I got to be the guy that takes the heat, right? St. Louis is not a ship. I'm probably slaughtering this, right? Obviously, but it's not a tanky cruiser. Like, if you sneeze the right direction at a St. Louis, it just blows up. Okay, so I'm trying to make sure I'm being the center of focus, as we do get a nice little Citadel on DM Donskoy. To be honest, this match hasn't really showcased my best shooting. It's been a while since I've been in Alaska, and it has different firing angles, and it's different than everything else, basically. Because even Stalingrad, which it's probably pretty similar with, Stalingrad's not as tanky, but the guns on Stalingrad are laser beams. They are just straight, flat trajectories. Now, hadn't played Alaska in a while, and you can see it was taking me a little bit to get back into the flow of this ship from the shooting aspect, but on the taking damage aspect, not so much. This thing is pretty good, and normally it's one thing I'm pretty good at, is tanking damage. I don't generally try to necessarily do it in cruisers, but let's be honest, Alaska is a super cruiser, whatever you want to call it. I always call it a super cruiser. There's always a good debate between that. I don't like getting into that debate. I know in real life, they've had the battle. Is it a large cruiser or a heavy cruiser or a battle cruiser? And to me, my opinion, and this is just what it is, and I don't, hopefully this doesn't start a big war, but it's not a battle cruiser, because when this was built, there was no such thing as 12-inch shells or 12-inch guns being put on American battleships. We were all at 16 inches long before the ship came out. And in order to qualify as a battle cruiser, you have to, it has to be contemporary battleship guns, and it wasn't. Obviously, by this point, they'd already designed Montana, Iowa, and, and this also, if you guys didn't know, Alaska is actually based off of Baltimore hull, too. It's just a beefier Baltimore hull. In fact, it has the exact same, and in the real life, it has the exact same AA and secondary as a Baltimore. the guns are the main difference of this in a Baltimore, and obviously a little bit more armor, and it ends up being pretty tough from it. Also, I don't know if I mentioned in this video, but one thing I think that gets overlooked by Alaska, obviously it's a tough freaking ship, right? We know it's tough. It is, I'm going to push up into this Conqueror and use my radar, because I thought he was actually going to charge, as he did get rid of our St. Louis. And I thought, I'm not scared of a Conqueror, but this guy is showed he's a decent player, and he actually is shooting AP, which is normally a decent player sign out of a Conqueror. Obviously, you want to shoot HE most of the time, but if you get the chance, we did see him shoot AP there, so we know this guy is not a complete moron by any means. He seems like a solid player. Now, sorry about that, guys. I'm still a little sick, but one thing I will say, guys, is the Pommern here, I did not realize till one or two more salvos, is that he was AFK. And I wish I wouldn't have focused so hard on a couple rounds on him. And to be honest, I probably should have switched to HE anyway, because he was angled pretty well at us. But we're still getting damage, as you can see off of him. But also, guys, I do want to say Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Because for this, I believe this is going to be coming out on Thanksgiving. So Happy Thanksgiving to everybody if you do celebrate it. If you don't, you're missing out on some good food, probably. Well, maybe not. But anyway, we can see Conquerors behind me. In Battleships, against Battleships, like I said, I'm not really scared of Battleships. Now, this guy is a decent player, so I don't want to just necessarily let him just get away with murder behind me, but at the same time, he's shooting HE. We're going to go ahead, damage con. We had the double fire there, not much choice. We are actually going to go ahead and heal back up, and you can see how good that heal actually was. Now, I actually thought I was going to get behind this island here, and we have a daily Dumb Dave moment here, and he does get a triple fire on me here at the last second. A really good shot by him, but the odds of that triple fire, and obviously be not realize, almost forgetting I'm not in a battleship. I don't have fight fire with fire, so I can't necessarily be doing that too crazy. But we're gonna put this fire out. Are we gonna live right at 67? And we're gonna take another shot here and try to finish off Pommern. We don't have a shot, and we're gonna turn in, because at this point, all I gotta do is not die. I mean, really, now at this point, when this match is over, our battleship's got enough health, he's going to live. So we've done a good job holding our side. And our team on the A and B side, particularly Yami, does a pretty solid job. And but we are going to try to stay away from this guy as the Yami gets a Kraken. And we are sitting pretty good on this front as we do come down to get our points. So even at that, we would have won it on time. But anyway, Alaska, the super cruiser, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't a capital ship for World War II, so definitely for me, I call it a super cruiser. But anyway, guys, you guys have a wonderful day. We helped our team win and showcase Alaska and how tough it is. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time, folks. Have a good one.